There are people living among us, but they are not like others. They have abilities, strange gifts. Despite of all mankind's knowledge and technology, they fail to see their true power. One day, men will face a great threat and they will look for a savior. They will look for a hero. Everyone who looks for strength within may discover special powers. They are the superhumans. And the few who possess great powers and are made immortal through the telling of their story, they are the legends. There is a TV show that has gained popularity among anime fans. It is called One Punch Man. Now this is just a cartoon, and it is just a fantasy, but it is empowering. See, the problem is many people believe that in order to be superhuman, you either have to be born that way, or you worship evil spirits. This One Punch Man's power did not come from technology or magic. What I enjoy about this TV show is that it supports the idea of good old-fashioned hard work and training. You know, most people who do not succeed in what they attempt to do fail because they simply give up. Many of you may be familiar with the reports of people being able to do things in the heat of the moment, such as summoning up superhuman strength. The supermom who saved her teenage son by lifting a 2.5-ton 64 Chevy off of him. The Wonder Mother who went toe-to-toe with a 700-pound polar bear just for looking at her child and friends the wrong way. What about the guy who got into it with a kangaroo after putting his dog into a headlock? I cannot make this stuff up, folks. Look. It's funny, I know, but these things can kill a man with one kick to the gut. These are clear examples of the power of the human spirit, and it shows you just a fraction of the potential power we all possess. Now, some could say that in these instances, these people were aided by spirit helpers or angels. And I would not disagree, but I would not say that this is the case for all of these individuals. I like to break down superhumans into 5 categories. First are the survivalists, extraordinary people who, through the intensity of the moment, are somehow able to beat the odds and push their bodies beyond their limits, creating brief moments of superhuman ability just like the individuals I have just mentioned. Next, we have the defective. These are people who have been physically damaged or born with birth defects that lead to the development of extraordinary abilities. People like Kim Peek, who inspired the making of the 1988 film Rain Man. Don't get it twisted. His ability to make complex calculations, absorb and recall vast amounts of information very quickly, is not attributed to autism. In fact, it is believed that his abilities arose from the lack of connections between the 2 hemispheres of his brain. However, there still remain cases in which autistic children are diagnosed with savant syndrome. This is the case for Stephen Wiltshire. Diagnosed with autism at the age of 3, Stephen has the uncanny ability to draw entire city landscapes from memory. He is known as the human camera. This guy could fly around any city for no more than 45 minutes in a helicopter, land, sit down in front of a blank canvas, and sketch the entire city right down to the smallest of geometrical details. Amazing to say the least. Some people wouldn't be able to sit down and draw their own house with a photo, let alone draw it from memory. Within this category of superhumans, there are also those who have developed powers after being involved in a serious accident, like Tony Sikoria, who after being struck by lightning quickly developed the ability to play back songs that he had heard using a piano, without being instructed on how to play the piano or read and write music. Many of these people who sustain brain injuries often develop these great artistic abilities in which they had no skill prior to their accident. And the third category are the mutants. These are the type of people you'll find on Stan Lee's Superhumans. They have genetic mutations that do not impair them, but give them advantages over the rest of us, such as Hammerhead, John Ferraro, a man born with a thicker skull than most humans, giving him the ability to withstand a great amount of impact to his head. Or Dean Karnazes, aka Ultra Marathon Man, who does not produce lactic acid in his muscles, enabling him to run long distances without tiring. If you watch this TV show, you'll find that many of these type of superhumans have abilities, although amazing, are practically worthless, like Mr. Eat-All, Michelotito, who within a 40-year time span has eaten around 9 tons of metal from bicycles to television sets. This madman ate an airplane. Other than for the benefit of entertainment, I don't see how this superpower helps him or anybody else for that matter. Turns out that the lining in his digestive tract was thicker than the majority of people, as well as having stronger digestive juices. When I say was thicker, I mean he died at the age of 57, due to natural causes, of course. In the larger category of superhuman, there are who I like to refer to as the developers. Now this is really where good and evil come into play, because this is not random or by accident. These people have either learned and developed their powers, or they have further developed abilities they already had. The Shaolin monks or the yogis of India are great examples of how a person can train their mind and body to do these things. What they can do is pretty cool, but I think the most valuable ability to possess would be the healing factor. Isao Machi, the Iairo master of Kawanishi, Japan, holds several Guinness World Records, including the fastest 1,000 cuts with a katana. His sensory perception is so sharp, he has been able to slice through a pea-sized gun pellet traveling at 200 miles per hour. Stig Severinsen is the Danish freediver in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest breath hold, 22 minutes. We have Wim Hof, known as the Iceman, who uses a form of meditation to withstand extreme cold. He holds 26 world records, including the longest ice bath of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 42 seconds. These are the people who have simply trained their bodies to do these things. Now, if someone were to contract me to go out and find these known individuals to join my team of superheroes, I would have to go with Isao Machi. He's skilled with the sword and can probably cut flying bullets in half. I'll take Hammerhead for the muscle, Stig Severinsen cause you need an Aquaman, a couple of those Shaolin monks, the lady who beat up that polar bear, and the guy in the hoodie. Oh, I'll get to him in a moment. You give me that Magnificent Seven and I think we've got a pretty good team here. When it comes to psychic abilities and telekinesis, things of that nature, I believe that some of it is developed natural ability, and I also believe that some people can take it too far. Once you go beyond the channeling of chi energy, once you go beyond just focusing your mind, taking care of your body, and the others around you, once you go beyond your mind to search for outside sources of power, now you are seeking the help from other beings. And this is where sacred rituals come into play. Witchcraft, sorcery. Many of you pray to a god. You are seeking the power from another being. The people who end up seeking power from the dark forces typically end up finding out that they don't really know what they're dealing with. Their bodies break down, teeth fall out, they look old, just evil looking. You gotta stay in the light, folks. Stay in the light. Finally, we have the smallest category of superhumans, the metahumans. They fall into the same category of things that we do not know if they truly exist or not, like aliens or Bigfoot. These are the people who have just been sighted, caught on tape. The ones who possess comic book-like superpowers. And I keep seeing this guy in the hoodie. What is with this guy always doing things on camera with a hoodie on? I do have to admit, however, if these tapes are in fact professionally edited, it is some of the best work I have ever seen. They actually make it look like these people are just randomly spotted on cell phones and CCTV cameras everywhere. Hey, I'm down for having superhumans around. Good ones. I think one of the major problems people have is that they don't really know what they are. And I really do believe that is the first step to knowing who you are. Helping to bring that inner superhuman to the surface.